Random challenge. I don't sleep. Yeah, this was basically me. This is me whenever I'm awake. Ooh, this is classical casual. Okay. We'll see if my opponent's here. If there's no move in like 10 seconds. Alexa, set a timer for never mind. Let's play knife 6. Generally, I don't advise to challenge me to such a long time control. But if you're a London player, you can get away with it. Okay, we're gonna play against a London. I would have played a Grunfeld, but it's hard to play Grunfeld against a London. If people are falling asleep, that's okay. You have the right to. Okay, London time. I'll try and make it exciting. I'll play knight c6, queen b6. Actually depends on the move order that white plays though. Because white has a few different moves to play. Knight d2. Yeah, knight d2 is a good move. I'll play this move. So the queen b6 lines don't quite work. Generally black would play queen b6 with idea after queen b3, c4, queen c2, bishop f5. But that idea doesn't work because the rook has mobility and then I would just lose a bishop. So I'm going to play one of my favorite lines to play against the London. At first this looks kind of just passive, like my bishop's blocked. Oops, don't know why I highlighted that. But there's very specific idea here for black coming up. This is knight h5. Like, I'm violating many principles, like I blocked my bishop, moving the same piece twice, moving a knight to the edge. But it's all with some intention. I attack the bishop, so I gain time. And in many cases, play bishop d6. There's many cases where I'll have knight f4 ideas, like at bishop d3, knight f4. There's also ideas of f6, e5. And generally the knight will not go back to f6. There's a move here, knight e5, to attack my knight. Then I would play g6. And it's very common for black just to leave the knight here, play g6, eventually play f6, castle, and e5, and just take over the center. Oh, you want more arrows? I have to pace myself. This could be a long game. What's a good move to master the middle game? It depends on the position. Every position calls for different types of moves. But first principle, don't plunder pieces. So I defend the knight. f6 will come with tempo. Playing London against me is like playing Grunfeld against NVL. Is NVL a d4 player? Maybe he mixes it up. But yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon when you play an opening against a player that the opponent usually plays with the other color. But generally, I enjoy playing London from both sides. Because I try to be more prepared than my opponent. So bishop e2. So interesting decision time. I could take on g3. If I take on g3, then I'd be threatening to take on e5. White would take on c6. And we trade. There's h file. I get the bishop pair. Get the b file. The other option is this move. I kind of like this, though. There's also some line where I sack my queen. Like, just take a rook and then have... No, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's take a knight. And probably rook b8. There's b4. You could also play c5 immediately. Let's play rook b8. Hitting the pawn. Do you think there's a certain game mode that results in faster improvement? I assume you're asking about like what time control. It depends. I would say longer time controls lead to higher quality chess and also help build like intuition. Like you should be used to spending perhaps a few minutes per move when you're playing serious chess. But then there's also benefits to playing blitz because you can get in quicker number of game or larger number of games. And it's better for practicing openings. Or like if you play like dozen blitz games in an hour, you can get like a high volume of the same opening. So it kind of depends what you're working on. Thinking c5. As I have two bishops, it should benefit me to open the position. And on a very basic level, the way to open the position is to trade pawns, to go for pawn breaks. I played rook b8 with some intention to prevent bishop e5. There's queen a4 check, but then this move, and b2's undefended. And it's kind of weird, like we're both uncastled. Like white wants to keep the rook here, so probably doesn't want to castle kingside. But also doesn't want to castle kingside, because I have potential to attack. So the king might just stay in the center. Which means I probably want to open the center. My king would be happy on g7. Guy might castle, put a rook on e8, go for e5. Threatening this. Double attack. He should have played b4. Yeah, b4 would have been more restrictive. Sometimes the problem with b4 is it makes e4 or e5 stronger. Because in the event that we trade, these pawns are a bit delicate. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think the way white's playing is alright. But white has to be careful here. Ah, so your rating for slower time control is higher than your rating for faster time control. I think that's pretty normal. I'm not sure if like different ratings for different time controls are more inflated than others. Generally, I would say don't become too fixated on rating. Just try and focus on playing good moves, improving the overall quality of your games, minimizing blunders. How do you know if people are not cheating? Yeah, Lee Chess is pretty good about um, marking people if they're found to be using engine assistance. So, if someone is found to be using engine assistance, then they can't challenge me, or it'll like alert me. So, yeah, there's systems in place. There's bishop d7. My bishop defends a pawn. I'm attacking the queen. I'm also attacking b2. If the queen goes back, then I still have this move queen b6. So I think I'm winning a pawn. Henry Lord Witton, welcome back. When I see that name, I instantly think, like, do I play g5? g5, not called for. My pawns are happy just defending each other. And yeah, my next move is going to be a pawn capture. Unless white castles queenside. Then there might be some other options. But if white castles queenside, okay, it's going to be fun. You have 4 questions. Oh, I have 4 questions I ask before and after a move to avoid blunders. Ah, yeah. What's attacked? What's defended? What's pinned? What are the forks possible? Yeah, those are... I mean, a big part about chess is asking yourself the right questions that are relevant to the position. So the general question to avoid blunders is like, what's the opponent's threat? And does the opponent have a threat still after like the move you want to play? Wow. Queen takes b2, rook b1, then takes, and then white wins both my rooks. But then I have queen c1, bishop d1, bishop a4, king e2, bishop e5, c4, takes. No, that should be really good for me. It's an interesting try, though. Wonder if black could have made that, or white could have made that work some way better. Probably not. Some discussion about about chess books. Yeah, I would say when it comes to like any chess resource, even any resource in any field, sometimes it depends on the person, like what their learning style is. A lot about finding the right resources is being like self-aware and kind of understanding what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what works for other people that have similar learning styles to you. Also just experimenting. But yeah, videos are becoming a big alternative to books these days. Okay, so I'm up a pawn. I have 2 bishops. Queens are traded. Like king e7, rook b8 ideas. I'm not sure what arrows to draw. Ooh, okay, this is one arrow. White can still legally castle. It'd be so funny. Castling queenside. But not a castle fork. Let's just move the bishop back. Bishop here too. Not sure if there's a big difference between e7 and d6. I mean, I preserve bishop a3, but I also get to perhaps make the threat of bishop f6. And yeah, the rook's just chilling. The only way to try and attack it is to get the king to c1. But then there's always bishop a3. Wow, the castle. So I could also just take a pawn. But this, I mean, this looks so attractive, bishop a3. Oh, I had a free bishop, but that's okay.
The best advice I ever received was play the position from both sides. In other words, take time to really imagine what you would do in your opponent's choose each move.
Yeah, that's good advice. And chess is not a one-sided game. Like, good players basically look at every position from both perspectives. Yeah, like I could have taken the free bishop, but there's no stopping either rook takes bishop or rook takes knight next move. There's no way to attack the bishop on a3. Capo Greco, welcome back. If you're just joining, I've been streaming for 3 hours? Streaming for a while. Had some interesting games. Had one loss earlier against Mahut. Played a good game. But since then, I've been redeeming myself, trying to build up confidence. Okay, ooh, I have the choice which piece to take. I mean, taking the knight, I think, leads to a mating kind of net. Yeah, let's just take the knight. No, there's no force mate. Feels kind of close. And this can be pre-moved. Bishop a4 stronger than rook takes b2. Oh, like bishop a4 here. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, I could have just let white suffer, but at some point I would just take a piece. Why are you not supposed to castle in the middle game? Sometimes you could. I mean, it's a good way to bring a rook to the center of the board. It always depends on the position. A very common mistake I'll see among students is they'll castle after a queen trade. And that's generally a mistake because if queens are traded, your king will be safe in the center and usually preferable in the center if an endgame is approaching. So if we pretend this sort of position, I wasn't just going after the king, I was playing positionally, I'd probably prefer king e7 over castling. The king's just more useful in helping out later on. Yeah, Sonia Lang knows what's up. Endgame, you want king in center. Yeah, sometimes people forget, like, in the opening, you protect your king. In endgame, you use your king as a weapon sometimes. It's close to mating. I could win Connect 4 and Pawn Storm. But then I lose a pawn, maybe. Oh, maybe G5 is... We're getting closer to G5 actually making sense. But not quite. I'll start with this move. The king has to move here. Or here. King F4. I'm not sure why King F4 would be chosen over King F3. So yeah, the position's completely winning, but I'll try and be stylish in the way it's finished. There's 3 legal moves. Oh, there's 4 legal moves. And King D3, I had Bishop B5. Oh, someone was asking who's the best IM. In terms of, like, what are the determining factors of being the best? In terms of playing strength? Hans Niemann has to be up there. Hans Niemann has like a GM norm or 2. Oh, I didn't even see John's comment. John also commenting Hans Niemann. Saying Hans Niemann is up there. Wow. I swear I didn't see that comment before saying that. I'm so nated. Don't know what that means, but thanks for subbing. Pretty sure Opper and Hans are different people. Okay, so I'm gonna play h5, just so my pawns are smiling. Also, V for victory. The idea with h5 is to try and limit white's escape, because if g4, the idea would be to run the king. So I'll meet g4. Actually, I could beat g4 by taking, just open the h file. It's really just restricting g4. I just want to suffocate the king. The king's already restricted by its own pieces. The bishop is pinned. If the bishop moves anywhere, I mate and won. So I also, yeah, I control the last getaway square from the king. The bicycle wants blood. Okay. Let's see what I can do. I'm trying to conceive of a scenario where g5 is mate. I think it would require playing f6, e5, e4, king f4, or g5 mate. So I'm 4 moves away. John is quicker than Sonia. Nightbot always delivering the answers. Where does a g5 meme come from? Is it a meme or is it just an emote? Or are all emotes memes? Or all memes emotes? I forget. Who was it? It was either Love Hate Chess or Henry Lord Wotton. It was one of these people. Okay. So let's take. Yeah, H file open. I could push. Now I'm just trying to calculate mate. I could take on f2. There's all these different types of mates. Like, there's the possibility of g5 mates. There's a line. I was looking at this line. Where f4 is played, and then like I try and en passant with checkmate. There's also the idea of castling with checkmate. There's so many different like challenges I could challenge myself to. At this point, I'm just looking for like force mates. Problem with e5, it weakens d5. And king g3, I kind of run out of fuel. f5. f5 also interesting. I'm going to just try and play like best moves. There's actually really beautiful. Okay, let's play f5 first. Carrying this and then this. And pawns are going to be rolling. King g5. Watch king g5 be played. I think my opponent's realizing some doom, if it hasn't been realized already. Face chess. Face chess with deep philosophy. All emotes can be memes, but not all memes can be emotes. I think I understand that. Also, hello to face chess with a face emote. But is it a face meme? The meme is in the emote of the beholder, right? I'm trying to still conceive of en passant mate. It's like if the king goes to f3, I play g5, g4, king g3, bishop d6, it would force f4, and then I have en passant. The problem is king takes f3. That's not mate. Also king f2. I could also try and win connect 4. There's so many memes.
In Rosen g5, in Rosen g5, in Rosen g5, in Rosen g5.
I know you want it. Yeah, I'll try and deliver. We'll see. I mean, my opponent might just flag. Opponent's so perplexed. Maybe fell asleep. Despite the username. Henry Lord Watan. I didn't even play g5 yet. But thanks for the bits. Now e5. e5's possible. If I try and do connect 4, I just lose pawns. I could just win a pawn here. So if I play g5, the king's just going to enter my crib. If I play this move, and then the king runs away. Yeah, let's just take a pawn. There will be opportunities to come. I didn't want to like fall into a wormhole calculating like all these different possible check lines. The idea for now is just to like win the bishop, I guess. Chase away the rook.
Stream number 468, The Revenge of 15 plus 15.
I was about to ask what does that mean, but I guess that's this time control. So many 15s. Okay, so do I go for... I should probably take the bishop. So now at least I'm controlling squares from behind. G5 will probably be like a sacrifice to drive the king up. I want to drive the king to f6 and then castle with mate. That would be so sweet. Yeah, also e5 possibilities. How do you know when to do calculation and when to just play on intuition? Generally, if there's like forcing moves, I'll try and calculate. Rook h1 is actually kind of annoying. Rook h1 very annoying. What to do? I could just take it. The problem is like I'm not going to be able to castle with mate. Unless I maybe play bishop h4. Bishop h4 reasonable.
Why is highlighting the message not an option in your chat? I have all these points.
Oh, you have all the
Curious.
points. I got rid of it because I wanted to see how people would react. I guess this is a reaction. Yeah, I was just curious, like, if people would notice. I guess people noticed. I'm sorry. I'll do a straw poll. Straw poll. Ooh, g3. g3? It's kind of annoying. That's actually almost pin and win. My rook has to save itself. I'm thinking bishop to b5. Or do I play g5 first? Or e5 first. e5 check, king there. So e5 here. I lose a thing, I do this. King moves up. Not really achieving much there. It's kind of sad. If I play g5, maybe I'll just play g5. g5, it happened. It's not mate. But the idea is to play g4 soon. Maybe win connect 4? Yeah, pawn's still smiling. Do I sack this pawn? No, I don't want this game to like take so long. But I do want to calculate. There. If I play this move... Oh, there's a nice kind of idea. I'll play this move. Yeah, opponent low on time. Oh, I was going to do a straw poll. Should... always retreat. I bring back highlighted comments. Okay. There's your poll. Opponent doesn't let me have fun. I wanted to have fun. Oh, maybe we'll still have some fun. Yeah, let's have some fun. Pass pawns. Okay. Pushing stuff. Push some more stuff. Check. Oh, pawns are being pushed. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Oh, it's so much fun. King f6. Do it. Do it. Do it. No. Oh, I want to castle. Go back. I'm in the castle with mate. whether white likes it or not. Check. Opponent wants to take back. No take back. You have to live with your decisions. Also, what are the results of this poll? Wow, it's so equal. It's so equal. No is winning, though. Maybe I won't bring back highlighted comments. Oh, opponent moved. Check, check. Okay, there we go. Do it, do it, do it. No! Opponent's king's so slippery. How do I do this? Check. Oh, I have master plan. Master plan activated. King A8 forced. Yes. Castling on move 53. Ah. The castle mate is back. That took work. It took a lot of work. I'm not sure if it was worth it. Do I put that on YouTube? That was such a long game. Maybe I'll put that on YouTube. It's worth the finish. People on YouTube, if you made it till the end, tell me your favorite thing about chess.